Okay, gents, today we're going to take our initial steps to trying to replicate M855 Ball ammo, and we're even using PPU 62 grain SS109 bullets. These are steel core, copper jacketed bullets, same as green tips. Overall length is slightly longer at 2.250, but we're using Lake City brass, BLC2 powder, and Ruag primers. We're going up in moderate powder jumps, so 0.3 grains, starting at 24.8, going all the way to 26. That's pretty spicy, so I would not replicate this unless you're very familiar with your rifle. Anyway, let's get to shooting groups. I will show off the uppers I will be using. Same lower, which is a billet lower with a Timney trigger, 3-pound pull. That is the expensive upper, Veltor, with a Schillen barrel. This is a Shaw Custom, so it's more mid-tier. Both have ridiculous scopes on them, though. That one, both are 24 power. Different brand, though, but I'm not going to get too far into it. Muzzle brake, no muzzle brake, but again, that's the Schillen barrel. That's a match barrel. Anyway, let's get to shooting. Okay, gents, we're going to have to do a very quick voiceover with this because I was interrupted out at the range. But here we go. Here's our Schillen barrel working up with the 62 grain PPU bullet. The minimum charge is up here in the upper left. We go like a book, so left to right, up to down. So here's the minimum charge, 4-shot groups. Nothing terrible, but nothing great to write home about. Something a little over an inch. The next charge up, you can see that the point to impact is starting to shift downward. This shot that came out down below right there, at first I was thinking it might be flyer, but when you look at the next two groups, it's actually a harmonically induced outlier. So that's just where the groups are going. And you can see with the next two groups, they're absolutely awful. This is definitely a scatter node, so an anti-accuracy node, however you want to word it. And then the final charge, it's down here. This is pretty close to maximum for this barrel. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have a outlier over there. And honestly, this group isn't too much worse than our starting group. It is worse, but at least things are starting to tighten up. But honestly, I wouldn't want to work too much higher than here. Right, now let's switch over to the Shaw barrel. Now this one is a little bit different. We are going left to right, but the final charge is actually going to be over here to the far right, over here. But let's not get it too far ahead of ourselves. So first 4-shot group, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see about an inch, slightly better than the Schillen barrel actually. The next group isn't too much different, but the point to impact is again going down. When we go on to the next two groups, again, we hit a scatter node where things are absolutely awful. And then the final group, we again have kind of a core group with an outlier that is worse than what the Schillen did. But honestly, these line up so well together, just in general, that it's actually kind of awesome and amazing. But it's also very interesting to see that with this bullet, this mid-tier barrel does better than a premium barrel. Anyway, so that's step 1 of this whole process. How much further we're going to go, we'll find out.